Hi, I'm Professor Penny Brooks, and welcome to COM 201 Public Speaking for Georgia Military College's Fayetteville campus. It is spring semester 2021. As I said, I'm Professor Brooks. Welcome to our first day of class and our first week of class. This is a hybrid class, and so this first class is going to be pretty much on your own, but remotely oriented. And we'll talk a little bit about the structure of the class in a couple of minutes. For this session, we're going to go over the class, how it's going to work, our expectations. We're going to take a look at the syllabus, and then we're going to dive right in, and you have an assignment that's coming due pretty soon, so pay attention. So, all right, let me share my screen, and let's see, here we go. That's me. I'm going to make me bigger so you can see me better. There we go. So welcome to COM 201. This is spring term. I am Professor Penny Brooks, and here is my email address. It's pgbrooks@gmc.edu. You can also text me, and there's my number, 770-309-8544. If you need it, if it's an emergency, feel free to text me. If you suddenly realize you can't come to a Tuesday night class, send me a text so I know what to expect. All righty, so who am I? Well, I am your professor for this course. I have 13 years of experience having done broadcast news. I did radio and TV news as a reporter and then as an anchor for a long time. Then I moved into 12 years of experience doing marketing and public relations, and that's what I'm doing right now in addition to teaching your class. Currently, I work for the Georgia Department of Transportation, where I do public relations, which involves a lot of public speaking, media relations, that whole sort of thing. So I have a lot of experience with public speaking. This is going to be my third institution where I have taught public speaking or other communication classes. So this is a topic that I have taught before. It is near and dear to my heart, and I hope you come to enjoy it just as much as I do. This is a hybrid course. What does that mean? Well, some of it is going to be done in real time, and some of it is going to be done remotely on your own time. So half of the course time we are going to spend together Tuesday nights from 5:30 to 8:10, which is a long time. That's going to be in real time. You will either attend in person at the Fayetteville campus in our room, or you will be logging in through our Zoom meeting link. And I'll show you where that is in just a minute. So either way, we're going to be attending in real time. We will be participating, interacting, all of us together, whether we are at our home office or whether we are in the classroom. Half of the course time, though, is going to be done remotely on your own and is going to utilize a lot of technology. I am going to send you a YouTube link like this one with a YouTube video that's going to have additional information. We're going to go over some of the things that we just don't have time to go over in our regular Tuesday night class. One night a week is just not enough. So you're going to have to do some with me remotely here through the video link. And then we'll have some instructions for your assignments will be given on these links. These links are going to be posted on our class's Moodle page every Friday, pretty much at midnight Friday. It'll be there. At that point, you can access it, watch it at your own leisure as you need to, and then jump into whatever the assignment is. Now watch for when those assignments are due. Most of them are going to be due Sunday night, the very latest 11:59 p.m. So right before midnight of Monday hits, your assignment will be due. Does this mean you have to watch the YouTube video on Fridays? No, I'm not your mom. I'm not going to sit there and go, now watch that video on Friday. Give yourself some time to do your reading and do the course. Do your assignment. However, you know, if you watch it on Saturday, I'm not going to know. As long as you give yourself time for whatever the assignment is, and some of them might have a bit of work to do with them, that's good. Some of the things will be due during our class time on Tuesdays, and that'll be in the syllabus or on our Moodle page as well. So keep an eye out, make sure you understand when the deadlines are. So Moodle and the syllabus, this is going to be how we keep everything organized, how information is going to be shared when you are remote. So be careful, make sure you're always reviewing everything on Moodle and with the syllabus. All the course information is on the new Moodle page. And then all of the policies for the class, how we're going to handle things, and then the course structure with the assignments are going to be in the syllabus. So let me pull that up. Let me stop sharing and let me grab, let's see, there it is. Ta-da! So this is our course's Moodle page. Mine looks a little different from yours because I'm an instructor, but for the most part, it'll do. So here's our class, 21 SPCMP, public speaking. This is us. If I have an announcement for you, I will put it in this link. But since there aren't a whole lot of students in our class, I'll probably just email you. So you'll probably get it more directly. I will take attendance every class. And look, Tuesday night class Zoom link, join here. If you are going to be attending those Tuesday night classes remotely, you will click this link to join us. Make sure you join us straight up 5:30. Give yourself a little advance time. I'll make it possible for you to link in a little bit early just to make sure we all start at the same time. If you need to manually copy and paste the link, here it is. It's our first class when we're going to meet in real time is going to be Tuesday, March 23rd, and then every week on Tuesday, except for spring break, until May 18th. Then everything down below are all of the assignments and ways that you will turn work in. So you'll see, for example, we have our first assignment right here. You'll turn that in there. Sometimes you'll have remote exercises to do. Sometimes, let's see, we have tests. This is where you will take your test. It'll be remotely. You'll do it on your own. When you have to do a speech, you will turn in a presentation outline along with it. This is how you're going to turn those in. And each one of them has a specific window of time where you'll be able to turn them in. And once that window is shut, that's it. So we're going to talk about that with regard to our policies. So let's open up our syllabus, because remember, this is where we're going to see all of our policies and procedures. So let me open up. All right, starting from the beginning. You know it's come to a one public speaking. Here's my instructor information again. If you need to meet with me during my office hours, if you need to meet personally, please email me or text me and we will set up some sort of get together. If you're attending class in person, you can always come a few minutes before our class starts and ask questions. And I'll be there at like 5 in the classroom because I have to set up all of our technology. But if you're remote and you need to speak with me directly, feel free to text me or email me and we can set up a Zoom meeting or a phone call or whatever we need to do. So reach out. Otherwise, our class is room 503 at the Fayetteville campus, and we will be meeting in person in real time Tuesdays on 5:30 p.m. to 8:10, and then Fridays on your own virtually. Here are the student learning objectives. This course is designed to provide extensive practice in preparing and presenting effective public speeches. Special emphasis is devoted to organization, to outlining, to audience analysis, analytical reasoning, and delivery skills. So a lot of this, you'll just know what we're going to be talking about. Make sure that we know what we're talking about. And our textbook for the class is going to be The Art of Public Speaking, 12th edition by Stephen Lucas. I've taught this course for 3 different institutions. They all use this textbook. Not even my choice. They just The Art of Public Speaking. And it is kind of the gold standard of public speaking textbooks. This is going to be one of those classes where we actually do read the textbook. So if you've ever had a class before and you're like, why did I rent or buy this book? You know, this is not going to be one of those. You will read it. And it's actually a pretty decent textbook. All the information is good. It's current. It's straightforward. There's not a whole lot of extemporaneous information in there. So I think you'll like this textbook. All right. So when we're looking at how the breakdown of grades is going to happen in the course, 60% of your grade is going to come from speeches, which are going to be delivered in class, whether you're attending in person or you're attending remotely. 20% of your grade is going to come from tests, and then 20% of your grade is going to come from weekly assignments and your participation. The grading scale is pretty standard for Georgia Military College. Moving down to our administrative procedures. If you're watching this video as of Friday, the drop ad period has already come and gone. So if you're watching this, you're stuck with us. Yay. I think it's a good thing. Anyhow, looking ahead to our calendar, spring break is going to be Tuesday the 6th and Friday, April 9th are the dates that we're going to be affected. I'm going to put up the last date you can withdraw, but I hope you don't. I just need to get that date. Our midterm for the class is Tuesday, April 20th, and our last day in class is Tuesday, May 18th. All right, some of the basic policies. Attendance. This is a discussion and performance-based class. Your presence and participation are mandatory. We only meet in real time together once a week. And really, since this video is considered to be 1 week of our class in this 10-week class, and we have a spring break week, so you can throw that week out. We have 8 weeks to learn everything there is to know about public speaking. But also, we're only meeting 1 night a week. The other time, you're pretty much on your own. So your time is necessary in our real-time class. So any unexcused absences or missing assignments will have a detriment on your grade and your understanding of everything else moving forward in the class. Any absences are going to be considered unexcused unless they're related to activities at Georgia Military College and you tell me about them in advance, or it is a medical situation, an emergency, and documented. If you get sick, I'm assuming you have to go to the doctor and you should be able to get a note. So that's what I'm going to be counting on. For physical or virtual absences, if you're supposed to attend remotely and I don't see you 4 times, I'm going to give you a faculty initiated withdrawal, which means you're just going to be out, and you'll get an F for the class if it is after that withdrawal deadline. You will be marked absent if you're not physically or virtually present in class for any reason that's not mentioned above, medical, true medical emergency that would really be considered an emergency, documented. If it's a job-related situation, or if you have an issue with your family, you didn't wake up on time, oh no, it's bad traffic, you got car problems, you know, this class needs to be a priority for you. You've paid a lot of money to be able to be with us and to learn about public speaking. You've invested in it. You really need to then experience the class. So if you have to leave early even, that's going to be marked as an absence because all the time we have in this class is valuable. If you're excessively tardy, which means more than 10 minutes late, we're going to mark you absent. You've missed a big chunk. And if you have to catch up, we're going to have to sit and everyone's going to have to wait for you to get caught up. And we're going to have to jump in and, you know, we're just not even going to deal with it. If you are respectful of yourself and your classmates and me and our class, and you want to make a good grade, you want to do well in the class, you will make yourself here on time and present. You will be marked absent if you are dismissed because you've been disruptive or have disrespectful behavior. Just going to mark you out, turn you off, be done. If you do miss a class, if it's excused, it is your responsibility to check the syllabus for assignments and make them up if it is a possibility. Being absent from a class is not an excuse for not doing the readings, keeping up with the class, turning in your assignments. Since they're all turned in remotely, should be able to accommodate somehow. So we can work on that. Just know everything is still due. Tardiness, that's when you're not in class the first 10 minutes or longer. You know, you come in late. If you're not present when the class begins at 5:30 sharp on Tuesday nights, you know, 10 minutes passes by, you are marked tardy and then absent. Sorry. Now, let's say you're 15 minutes late. Come in anyway. Don't miss the class. You know, make sure you have the content. If you can talk to me later and explain why it was a dramatic emergency for you to be late, that could swing things. But, you know, don't make yourself even further behind because you were tardy. Come in anyway. Makeup work in general, Makeup work is not going to be permitted. This is college, unless you talk to me and I permit it. Deadlines for the assignments to be turned in through the Moodle page, you know, once that window shuts, that window is shut, and we need things to be turned in when they're supposed to be turned in. Other fun policies, cell phones. This is a cell phone free zone, whether you are attending in person or you're remote. All phones must be silenced and out of sight. This, put it away. If any student, whether you're in person or virtual, is caught using their cell phone, and if you're virtual, don't think I can't tell, because I look through the whites of your eyes, and if you're suddenly looking like this, you know, I've seen people try to put it like this so they can kind of look when they're looking in the camera. You know, I can tell. Everybody can tell. Don't be on your phone. You need to be present during our class and not in a lot of other directions. GMC has 0 tolerance for hats and caps. It's part of the dress code. So whether you're in person or you're attending virtually, no hats or caps, please. We're going to talk about dress code in a few minutes, but we at least need for people to be dressed according to the dress code, respectfully and fully. You know, if you're at home, you're not wearing shoes, I'm not going to know, but I will know what you look like, at least up here. So try to comply. Here are some things about being remote and attending by the Zoom link. If you are physically able to attend the class in person on Tuesday nights at the Fayetteville campus in our 503 classroom, please attend in person and on campus. If you are unable to attend in person on those nights, then we expect you to join us via the Zoom meeting. The meeting link is on the Moodle page, as we have seen. If you attend by Zoom, it is going to be as if you are in our classroom. You must have your camera on at all times. Don't turn it off for any reason, except on class break. So let's say we go through an hour and we need to go get some water, take care of business. You can turn your camera off then. Just I'll say, you know what, we're going to meet back 10 minutes. At this time, I expect all cameras back on. Go do your thing, come back, turn your camera back on. We are still face to face. If your camera turns off at any point during the class time following the taking of attendance, you'll be considered absent at that point. You'll be treated as if you left the class early, and that's going to be a problem. If you attend through Zoom, it is expected then that you will be 100% focused on the class, that you are interacting as if you were a person in our classroom. If at any time it appears that you are attempting to do something else while you're in our class, that could be anything, driving, doing household work, taking care of the kids, making dinner, looking at other web pages, it will be noticed. We're going to easily be able to see that you're not paying attention. You know, sometimes your dog will jump up on you, and that's understandable. But if it looks like you're driving while you're in our class, you know, you're commuting, or if it looks like you're making dinner for the family and you've kind of got one eye on the camera, but you're doing stuff over here, we can tell you're not focused on the class, and it becomes a distraction to all of us. You'll be given a warning. If it persists, you will be declared as having left the class early without permission, marked absent. That'll be that. We expect you to interact as if you were in our class and have all of your attention on our camera, on the screen. Whether you're meeting in person or online, though, you are expected to behave in a manner that is appropriate to being in college. And that includes following the Georgia Military College dress code and the code of ethics. So review those. The remote assignments are your responsibility to undertake as your schedule allows. I'm not your mom. I'm not going to call you up on Friday and say, hey, the link is ready. Make sure you watch it today. I'm just going to, you're going to know that it's available as of midnight Friday. And the deadlines for all of your assignments to be turned in on the Moodle page are firm. Okay, so how are you going to be graded? We've talked a little bit about it. We have 60% of your grade going to speeches. We have 3 speeches you're going to do in our course, 1 informative, 1 special occasion, and 1 persuasive speech. The informative and special occasion speeches will be worth 15% of your grade, and they will include the turn-in of your presentation outline. And then your persuasive speech will be worth 30% of your final grade. It's a big project, and that is indeed the QAP assignment for the class. We'll talk about that a little bit later. You will have 2 tests that will each be worth 10% for 20% total of your grade. And then your weekly homework assignments and your in-class participation will be worth 20% of your grade as well. Once again, GMC is very big on ethics. They expect you to abide by the honor code. I will not lie, cheat, steal, nor tolerate those who do. Stealing involves plagiarizing someone else's work, going on the internet and saying, hey, here's a speech outline, I can do this speech. That's stealing someone else's idea and text. Don't do it. One, I'm going to know, because it's not going to be in your voice. And if in your initial speeches you're kind of hesitant, but suddenly you have this amazing text going along that you're speaking, I'm going to know. But also, I can check on the internet. We've got all these tools that I can use to see, you know, okay, where does this exist outside of our class? And if I find it, that goes against the honor code, it could get you dismissed from the class altogether. If you suspect other people in the class are doing it, please let me know. Let's take a quick look at the course schedule. And this is pretty easy to follow. I'm just going to kind of explain how it's going to work. So today, on Fridays, you will see there is a YouTube link to a video that I want you to watch. So every Friday, it will pop up video like this one. On our syllabus here, it's going to say what we're going to talk about, talking about the course overview, requirements for the class. Then we've got remote exercise. That's your homework you're going to do on your own through the weekend. And then it's going to tell you what you need to read in the textbook for the next class. So Tuesday, our in-person class, whoops, that kind of flew, didn't it? It's pretty much the same. On Tuesday, it's going to say what we're going to do. We're going to discuss the chapters that you should have read. We have a couple of class exercises that we're going to do. And then for Friday, you're going to read these chapters. Meanwhile, Friday afterward, you're going to watch the YouTube link to the video on your own. Here's what it's going to be about. You're going to have some homework exercises that you'll need to turn in remotely, and you'll read for the next Tuesday, chapters 5 and 7. So you'll get to see how the syllabus works. Week to week, we're going to make sure that you follow along with us, but everything that you need to know about what we're going to be doing in class and remotely is right here. Weeks to be aware of. So right now, this is considered this one day that you're watching this video. This is week 1. So this is it. Week 2 is what we just went over. Week 3, we're going to be doing all of this. And week 4, what? Spring break. Well, technically, we've only met twice at this point. You've watched 3 videos. So that's all that you're going to get before we have spring break. Now, why is that important? Well, because week 5, we have your test. That'll be done remotely through basically opened up on Friday. We're going to talk a little bit about what you can expect on the test on that Tuesday. But then immediately after week 5, which we just had spring break, you have 1 week, and then you have to give your informative speeches and turn in your preparation outline. So it is fast. We are jumping into the pool on this class, and just know we can make it easy and good. As long as you focus and keep up with everything, you'll be fine. If you start to laze out and not do what you need to do, you will fall behind and it's going to be a mess. So keep enthusiastic, keep energetic, plow forward, do what you need to do, you'll be good. So we have our speeches at week 6, but then, because there's really not very many of us in the class, we're going to jump right into more information. We've got a class exercise. And then Friday, you're going to get your link. We're going to be talking about persuasive speeches very quickly while we are putting together our special occasion speeches. Between the time when you do your informative speeches and your special occasion speeches are only 2 weeks. Now you might think, how can I put together a speech in 2 weeks? You're going to do it. It's going to happen. Trust me, we'll make it work. So as we keep going down, once again, we meet in class on Tuesday. Here's everything we would do on Tuesday. Friday, you're going to watch the video. I'll keep you in the loop on everything, making sure that we're all coming and doing everything we're supposed to at the same time. You might notice, though, right about week 7, we don't have any more chapters to read. We will have gone through the book by week 6, so that's quick reading. But by then, we'll have all the content we need to accomplish the last 2 things, having your second test, which is going to be the 9th week of class, It's also going to be remotely taken. And then week 10, now this says Monday, it should be Tuesday. We are going to be giving your persuasive speeches, turning in those outlines, and that is your QEP assignment for the class. So I'll talk about what that's going to mean. We use a special rubric to grade it and make sure that you've accomplished all the goals that you needed to accomplish in the class. And these speeches will be longer, trust me, but we'll make sure you're prepared for them. You'll give the speeches, and then whew, we'll be done with the class. Professor Brooks reserves the right to modify the syllabus as needed. As we're going along, if I decide, you know what, they could use some more assignments, I get to add more assignments. It's just the fun of being a professor. So let's go back to our presentation and continue. So we talked about Moodle and the syllabus. Let's go to your first assignment. So what do I think? And how do I feel about public speaking? Well, those are good questions. Before you've even started reading about public speaking, probably you had some preconceived notions from your own experiences or what you've seen with people who give speeches. And I just kind of want to know where we're jumping off from. You know, what sorts of things do you think about it going in? What things do we really want to focus on? And how do we want to approach this topic of public speaking? So you're going to open up a Word document, and these 4 questions are what you are going to ask. And you might want to take notes at this point. So first question, what are 3 personal goals that you have for this class? Now, I know one of your goals is, my first goal is to make a good grade, so this course counts well on my, towards my final, degree program. You want to make a good grade. Awesome goal. What really do you want to have as a goal for having attended this class? So think of 3 things that, long term you want to attain from this course. Number 2, what is your experience with public speaking to date? Now, it could be 0. I have never once stepped in front of other people and spoken any words. Or it could be every day I stand in front of groups of people and either extemporaneously with notes or impromptu, which is off the top of my head, I speak to people in large groups, small groups, every kind of situation, all the time. I need to know kind of where we're starting off from. And your experience is going to be in the middle. It could be on an extreme, but I doubt it. It'll be somewhere in the middle. Just kind of let me know some details. If you have spoken publicly in the past, just kind of tell me, how that was. And, how effective were you? Did you enjoy it? Number 3, what are 3 benefits in general to being a good public speaker? Why is it important for people to learn public speaking? Why do you think we assign this class to people? What are 3 things that you think people can get out of being a good public speaker in general? And then question number 4, what are 3 things you'd like to improve in your abilities as a public speaker? Now, it sounds similar to what are 3 personal goals for this course, but that's kind of general. These are 3 specific things. So if you've had a couple of experiences in the past, and you're like, well, I think I was doing pretty well with this, but I could really use some work on this, then that's where we share this. So one of my personal goals, for example, if I were starting from scratch, might be I would like to be a more confident public speaker. Well, what are 3 things I'd like to improve about my public speaking abilities? Well, I would like to learn strategies and tactics to help me gain confidence in my public speaking. I'd like to be better organized so that I don't have to worry about what I'm going to say next. Those are going to be the specific things to our general personal goals in that first question. So 4 things, answer them, just write out answers. You don't have to, get too detailed, more than bullets, but less than essays, if that makes sense. You'll save it in a Word document. At the top left-hand corner, you'll put your name, class, the date, and it'll be due through the Moodle link. As of right now, you can turn it in. The absolute drop dead deadline is Sunday, March 21 at 11:59. So your first assignment, hop to it. Well, this is pretty much what our Fridays are going to be. We're going to be talking about a lot of things that we're not going to get to in class. We're going to review things. I'm going to give you some pep talks, and we will get through this all together. It's a very short, very quick course in public speaking, but I know we can do it. And I'm really excited to meet all of you in person on Tuesday. So I will see you 5:30 sharp on Tuesday. If you need to contact me by text or email in the meantime, please do so. And I will see you then on Tuesday. You have a good weekend.